Well, good morning, lilies. Looks like we're gonna give it a go for another season, huh? Oof, let's brighten it up in here. Yeah, let's get this one too. A little ambiance wouldn't hurt the situation. Hey, how's it going? Welcome back to the Deliberate Manor. And today we are gonna build a staircase. Right now I'm working on a barnette, so named because it looks like a barn, feels like a barn, smells like a barn, but it's a little smaller than what you might consider to be a barn. There's a second story to this barn, and during the course of the project I'm going to be having to travel up and down the stairs to get to the second level, to get out onto the roof, to do some wiring on the second level. And the stairs that are there are, let's say, less than safe. We need a new staircase. So let's get to building one. Well, I put together some drawings here. Just drew a crude depiction of how I'm going to make this staircase work. It's unusual in that there's not a whole heck of a lot of space. The rise is 85 inches and the run is 69 inches. And if you just built it straight down, that would leave you with, about 7-inch treads. So I decided to offset it. So come down and then come down. And here's the top portion of the stairs. All we need is a 2x12 and a circular saw. 50 degrees? That's a frickin' heat wave. Well, it just so happens in my pile of fun here next to the shop, I have a couple 2x12s. We'll put them to good use. It says 5 runs at 9 inches and 6 rises at 10 and 13/16. All right, and for the rises, it's 10 and 13/16, which is right here. Don't mind that, that just adds character. Let's make some triangles. Here they are mapped out. So this is the top. This will rest against the beam that's right dead center on this barnette. Then it'll come down, so obviously this will not be decode. That's nearly 11 inches for a rise, and that's a 9-inch run. Not ideal, but that's what's gonna fit. It's a heck of a lot better than the little 7-inch steps that are on a ladder, basically right now. Down here at the bottom, I kept going by mistake, but I came straight down. So this right here is the level of this little 20-inch high platform at the bottom of this top run. So down this, keeping this part here is going to allow, so imagine the stringer goes like this. So see how it comes down below? So these will mount right to the framing of this platform. Okay, here it is. Again, this bottom piece ties into the 20-inch high platform right in here. And then up top, this hits the center beam of the barnette. I have more triangles than I know what to do with, but we do have stringers. Well, as they say in Maine, if you don't like the weather, wait a minute. Of course, in this case, it went the wrong way. Had a little bit of rain, so I've had to move this operation inside. Got this lovely piece of plywood in here, and we're going to cut it up. Luckily, the staircase is only 24 inches wide, so we're going to be able to get 2 solid strips out of this, and hopefully all the steps and risers. Let's lock and load. Trying to be better about the dust lately. So we'll hook the old shop vac. Well, you won't be able to hear me while I cut this. I'll play a little ditty for you. And now we need to do steps and risers. There are steps. Let's do the risers. Hi.
I was there this morning and I said, how come Jeffy's not working on Sunday? And sure enough,
You know what I was, this morning I was drawing what I'm doing now.
Okay. Do you have a bit that I could borrow for 5 seconds? A drill bit?
To screw it in or to make a hole?
To make a hole.
Okay.
No, I'm not a carpenter, but I got the basic going. You know what I mean? What are you up to now?
I'm building for that barn up in South Bristol. The stairs that are there are they're bad. So I'm building new stairs because I have to go up and down that constantly. And what it is, you know how the old timers used to build them with just 2 1x8s, then they tacked little things. So it's like a ladder, basically. No.
I bring that right back, okay?
Okay, sounds good. One more to go. Take it out of that other half of the piece of plywood for risers, and then we'll assemble it. I'll bring you along when we get to that point. You know, there's nothing worse than having steps that have hard 90-degree angles at the edges. So this is a professional operation. We'll go ahead and make these look like the real steps that they are going to pretend to be. And put a round over bit on this bad boy. And just soften the edges on the steps. Just a slight round over. That'll work. Well, I have the upper portion of the staircase, this part right here, ready for assembly. We're going to pick our poison for fasteners. I think we're going to use these square head screws. Those look good. Little glue, and we'll be good to go. Much to the chagrin of my wrecked thumbs. All right, we'll square it up. Okay, looks like we're somewhat square here. I'm gonna send it here in the bottom. All right, we'll go right up the line, do the risers, then we'll do some steps. Well, got her up right now, so it's time to put some steps on. We'll start with this one here, and that way I'll be able to square it up as we move up and down to this last one. As you can see, it's pretty steep, but you'll see when we go to install it why this was necessary. You know, this staircase is 24 inches wide, so I've only done 2 stringers, but I'm using 3/4 inch plywood as the steps and the risers. So we're going to attach it at the back of the step to the riser, put a little glue there first, so that way it'll be strong enough. A little too narrow for 3 stringers, is my feeling anyway. Your opinion may differ in that regard, but that's how we're flying this ship. Out of all these square head screws, only managed to strip one out. I don't know how you Canucks up there deal with these square heads, but I'm going to just back it out gently so we don't ruin anything. She's good to go now. There they be. All done. Well, just this top portion. So we've done this part, and of course this will sit right on the platform right here. So this will go down along the side of the platform, and then this piece of plywood will sit on top of it, which will make it super easy to install. But to make it easy to install, suppose we should build the platform. The platform needs to be 24 inches wide by 24 3/4. That 3/4 of an inch, because it's coming the stairs come down to here, and then it's going to go this way, the staircase, such as it is at this point. It'll just be one more step below the platform. So that 3/4 of an inch allows for an overlap like the rest of the stairs. Let's put the track on this and cut her up. So we got the platform and the step. So let's build the structure for the platform. Now let's search through our abundance of material here. See what we can use for platform building for the structure. That 2x6 left over from the Knee Saver 5000. Geez, that should do it. Oh, I think for the bottom of the stairs, for something to hit, we could use that soaking wet 2x12 out there. Well, after a lot of figuring and cutting, I came up with this rude and crude little platform for the bottom two steps. Okay, I have the top on the platform, and I have it flipped on its side. Have the step ready to go. It's going to go 10 13/16 below the platform. So I'm going to cut that 10 13/16 now, attach this to that, and then I'll be able to figure out the rest. We call that easy math. Let's get to slicing and dicing the plywood here. Not much left. Looks like we're going to have just enough. 4x8 sheet of plywood will build a barnette staircase, apparently. So there it is. The barnette staircase. I can't wait for you to see what this is replacing. And so now it's time to load her up, throw her in the van, head up the coast a bit, take out the old staircase, throw this one in. Let's see if it fits. Well, it's the next day. I'm all loaded up, and I'm about halfway there. Just stopped off to Shaw's to get some provisions. Let's continue forth, shall we? Well, there it is. You can see why they call it the barnette. That door right there is about 6 feet tall. So it's just a little tiny building. I'm going to be adding on to the back of it. So we're going to fill up the rest of that platform there. And off the bow of the barnette, you can see why it is I'm commuting an hour and a half to build this thing. What a view. Well, let's crack her open here. That's the staircase right there to get up to the second floor of this beast. It's a whole bunch of one-by splintery delightfulness that is... It's getting replaced. That there is the stairway to heaven. You go down before you go up. I guess first we should take down the old one here. Looks like it's held up by a couple T25s and more than one or two hopes and dreams. Let's get her down. All right, 4 screws. Oh, that was it. Okay. Plenty of room for the new one. All right, the platform's in place. I'm just going to loosely fit it, make sure I measured correctly. Get the staircase here. Let's throw it up. Oh, looks like I was off. Let's take a look. Can you see that? She's not sitting flush. So that means I'm off about 1/4 of an inch. Look at that. Well, good thing I planned ahead and left 3/4 to play with up there. So we'll just snip 1/4 off of that. Let's check the other side. Oh, she's about 1/2 inch here. So we'll do 1/4 on one side and about 1/2 on this side. Back on the floor now, we'll take 1/4 off. All right, 1/4's off. I'll flip it over, take 1/2 off the other side. Ooh, she fits like a dream now. She's in. I'm gonna send it. Geez, there's already more fasteners in this new staircase than there was in the old one. How about that? Let's blast it into the floor. Installed successfully. I feel a lot better about people going up and down those stairs now, including me. I'm going to have to be going up and down those a lot as I progress through this project. And it wasn't happening on that 1x nightmare. Let's give it a test. Oh, yeah. Oh, this is solid. Oh, jeez. We're going to have to do something about that headroom. That's a little itty bitty hole to squeeze through. We're going to make it a little bit bigger here. We'll take this door off and we'll get it to a point where the door starts at the new top step. And then we'll open up. Geez, about 1 foot anyway. Might have to elongate the door. Should be able to use the same door. We just tack a little onto the end there just to keep the history of the building alive. I'll tell you, I feel a whole lot better about going down those stairs. That's a knot that's been tied a while. Look at that, still shuts tight. Let's take it off and we'll be able to reconfigure it here after we do that. Ah! Oh, there's a dead critter up here. Here. He looks pretty recently deceased. R.I.P. good buddy. It's a little startling. He's so fresh, I thought he was still alive. I don't know if that little mouse is going to hurt you, but damn. Okay, she's off. Now we got to clean out that collection of goodies. Then we'll just cut along the joists there. In fact, I only have to cut one board. The others are good to go. So that's good news. Yeah, the others are already cut at that point. So just have one to snip here. I'll do that and we'll see what it looks like with the extra headspace. Okay. Headspace opened up. Let's give it a go. All right, nice and safe, a real staircase. It's going to make the upstairs portion of this a whole heck of a lot more useful and safe for the people that have to go up and down these stairs. I think the future plan for that upstairs portion is to make it guest space, maybe the ultimate kids clubhouse. And this is just the first step in making that dream a reality. So that's a staircase for a barnette on the coast of Maine. That's going to do it this time for the Deliberate Mainer. I'm glad you joined me. Check out the video on the Knee Saver 5000, a little ladder hoist that I DIY'd just last week. I'll put a link up in the top of the screen. But until next time, if it's all stoved up, why not give it a go yourself? I gave it a go myself, and look how this turned out. A little bit better than that ladder staircase from God knows when, held up by 4 screws and, like I said, hopes and dreams. So that's it. Thank you. See you next time. I'll leave you with a good look at the view I'll be looking at the next month and a half while I build the addition on this barnette. See you next time.